Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what the fuck are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. Let's answer a little question before we begin. Notepad, where were you yesterday? You usually stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My internet went out, and that'll be a story and a half because apparently someone in my building disconnected me. Wasn't even like my internet, my ISP had a thing going on. Someone else did something, No, someone had to deliberately go down into the room where everyone's connected and disconnect me. So that was fun. Figured that out today. Got everything fixed. So I'm here now, ready to have fun and influence people. Starting a little bit late because I was actually on GDG, the Discord, and checking to make sure what the theme is for July's Game Jam, which we'll be going over this Saturday. I have a few ideas. I know how to do it. And it's going to be an odd one. Give me 1 second. I gotta. People are posting. I want to make sure I get this. All right, there you go. Yeah, hopefully everyone is completely annoyed by what I'm doing there. It'll be great. Delicious coffee. So, what's the actual kind of the game plan today? Well, our game plan is I want to try to rip through as much as Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers as I can. I am going. Oh Jesus, there's so much. I wrote this all yesterday, and because the thing is, without any internet, I couldn't really actually play any games or do anything like that. I literally just I had my Notepad document and a fucking dream, so I wrote. And the thing is, it doesn't actually register anything. Actually, we'll do monsters. So let's do a quick rundown of what the lore is. So, long time ago, God made two other gods. They are assholes to each other, but they also kind of like each other. They fucked and made what we call gods. Congratulations, everything is fine and great. But unfortunately, Super God was like, man, you guys fucking suck at this whole entertaining me thing. So everyone clapped hands like, okay, I'm gonna curse you and all your children to be monsters. And they're like, oh, well, fuck. Their continued children turned out to be divine monsters who were terrible and awful. And they're like, wow, our horrible monster children are awful, and we need to get rid of them. So they just deposit them over their cosmos among all the other worlds. So one of their children, Ashoka, was like, hey, I don't like my fucking brothers and sisters getting laid down here, but they're also giant monsters that want to eat me. I don't like that. I'm going to declare war on mom and dad to claim the throne of heaven. So he did. Big cosmic war undergoes, and at the very end, it's the, oh no, I too have been cursed by my final brother, by the final brother, and now all my children and all our children will be cursed. Which the unfortunate part of that curse is they became human, and the gods are now forced to watch us undergo the complete cycle of reincarnation, never dying, yet never truly ascending to where they are. So he's like, well, shit, I'll rule over them as a god king and let them do their own thing. Flash forward a couple thousand years, and shit's still fucked, and heaven is rotting, and you need to punch it to death. But don't worry. Things get a little bit wackier. A man named Arjun, who's pretty much Buddha, was like, hey, I'm of weak body and but strong of mind. I want to learn more about the world, but I've been locked away because my father doesn't like me very much because I'm weak. However, he escapes and learns about the world. He's just like, hey, I want to reject my dharma. I want to reject my purpose of being, and I want something better. I want to ascend. So he removes himself from the cycle of reincarnation, does a bunch of cool stuff, and at the very end of it, he's like, fuck it, I have sought what I'm looking for, and he ascends into godhood. Well, proper godhood, because he's pretty much broken the curse he's broken the curse of humanity. That is the first seeker. Guess what you guys all are? You guys are all seekers, which is muscular men being muscular at each other in an incredibly aggressive way. I'm playing a little bit off Buddhist mythology a little bit, and Buddhist thought. One thing about Buddhist thought is technically women cannot achieve nirvana. You have to be reborn into a man to achieve actual nirvana, and in Buddhist mythology, because According to Buddha, women were, at their core, things of desire, and the entirety of Buddhism is removing desire. Therefore, you can't really, if you are desire, you cannot escape desire. So I'm playing on that to make a Gachimuchi game. Why? I don't know. Did someone pay me to do this? No. But here we are. Haha. Let's kick some ass and take some names. And it's going to be a long stream tonight. And I want to get everything as much as I can done. So, let's do... Let's see, the first step. First step to heaven, playing the game. There we go. And if the music in the background sounds familiar, it is Kiryu Koko's theme. Good news. It's good music. Bad news is Coco's gone and dead and forever being eaten by the Chinese. What a shame. Everyone press have to pay respects to a funny dragon who does funny things because she is a VTuber, and I am obligated to like her, for I too am simply Ricardo Milos, the VTuber. So, that is that. Which, by the way, I'm not surprised she got forced to graduate. I am not surprised in the goddamn slightest. The Chinese, I give the Chinese audiences anything. They do like their, we'll call them oddly passionate. Absurdly passionate, even. Problematically passionate. Alright, first steps, haven't played the game. Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. Is played. Let me see. We're going to be using kind of a bastardized version of Song of Swords because I feel like it. So, Dying Dryads. Gachimuchi Nirvana Seekers. Game about muscular men attempting to find peace with themselves and the greater world using their muscles. Game requires, we'll call it 2 to, well, actually we'll say it's actually 1 to 4 players. 1 to 4 players and a game and a, do we want to call it a game master? We can probably actually what would be, actually it would be guru. What would be the proper term for a guru? So it'd be the guru guide. Hello, Salmon. How are you? The game requires 1 to 4 players and a guru guide, a GG, and a guru guide to lead them on their journey. In addition, each player will need what we need. In addition, each player will need a set of dice to reflect their ability. We'll need a set of dice, primarily D8s. but a set of d10s and d6s is always is still recommended. Actually, when an action with a chance of failure it presents itself, a check is called. The Seekers, when 4 players as the Seekers and a guru guide to lead them on their journey, and the Seekers will find themselves amassing a pool of dice. Nice to overcome it. The people find themselves, check is called. The Seekers find themselves amassing a pool of dice to overcome the check. Actually, we can call it something simpler. We can call it a challenge. I think that would be overcome the challenge. The average target number, TN, for a success is, let's see if it'd be... Oh, that's good. See, the average target number for a success is 5. Now, however, different maneuvers, skills, and actions can augment the TN. The die comes up as double the TN. We'll say a 4 with an 8 with a TN of 4. It counts as a double success. Double success actually counts as 2 successes. Same goes for each multiple. That's an additional success. So a 8 with a TN of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8. It would be 4 total successes. There we go. Addition motive, required number of successes. This is fine. This is great because we can just take it 1 for 1. However, instead of using d10s, we're going to be using d8s. Because I need to make it so that things actually work. Let's require successes. Actually, what we can do is we can do target number TN reference. And we're going to need 2. Actually, no, we don't need that. I don't need a notepad. Don't do it. They successfully pass check. If they suffer the consequences. 2 or more characters are opposed to one another. They both roll their dice with their TN. Ah, yes, I forgot. I have to account for the fact that the horny attribute is not real. Ties are resolved. Highest attribute, or is the most, or who has the most control points still available to them. Knocking on heaven's door. See, now that would be like the ultimate beer and pretzels mechanic. I just roll 6d6, and don't worry, it's my 6-pack. That would be the ultimate. So let's see. Okay, now this is where things get complicated. And so what we need to do is creating the seeker. A seeker is an individual from society who has rejected their dharma, their way of. What is the exact dharma definition? Okay. Their absolute truth of their being. Often determined at birth from their caste. See, these seekers undergo a pilgrimage of self-discovery. Self-discovery and understanding of the greater world to both free themselves, desires, and teach them the meaning of life. These seekers undergo pilgrimage, self-discovery, and understanding of the greater world to both free themselves of worldly desires and teach them the meaning of life. In the process of doing such, have removed themselves from the cycle of reincarnation, and thus the circle of life. Rather than face eternal damnation, the seekers undergo a pilgrimage of self-discovery and understanding of the world, both free themselves from worldly desires and teach them the meaning of life. Salmon, I don't think you quite realize, I rewrote the Buddhist myth where he becomes a muscle man and has to fight God. So, I mean, the entire idea is that you're attempting to escape from the cycle of reincarnation by muscling your way out of things. The entire joke being that it's taking itself deadly seriously, even though you all look like Anarchy. And I do expect you to act as Anarchy. That's the joke. That's the big haha. Oh, let's see. we can do... let's see. Seekers, initial creation points, secret creation points, SCP. These are determined by the GM after, determined by the Guru got by the GG after consulting this chart. Seeker's power. And actually not above, we want to add one to the right. Seekers dice, so we wanted to do a mortal journey. We're only going to have 3 tiers, so we don't need these. You're gonna be rolling D6. You're gonna be rolling D8s, D8s. What I should say is D6s, D8s, or D10s. Let's see. Primarily D6s, D8s, or D10s. Yeah, like one of the core ideas what I want to get across is that you are trying to learn about the world. You are trying to free yourself from the worldly desires and kind of follow Buddha's thought. However, one of the core ideas is that being removed from the cycle of reincarnation, you've kind of adopted a better understanding of it. So it's like, yeah, you're stronger, you're more powerful, but you're also learning about it. You've come to the conclusion like, okay, I've removed myself. Now it's time to learn about it. And it's being a nice person, learning about things. It's down to things like killing someone is going to build your karma up real fast. And once you hit 108 karma, you become a devil. You've pretty much become a very bad person who does very bad things for bad reasons. Once you hit kind of... But you also learn a lot more. Like, you've taken somebody's life, but killing a devil doesn't do anything because they're a bad person. Like, they've succumbed to their own whims. Let's see. Actually, we want a mortal journey. So if we want a mortal journey, we pretty much want to bump you up. So we want to bump you up by 4. Yeah, I think this works. So this would be... Seeker's Odyssey. Arjun's Disciples. And what we want to do is we want to put an add-on, put it right here. The average of a Seeker's Odyssey is often the most appropriate. Who pinged me? You did. Why? Now we get to go down here. Actually, we get to go over here and check out everything here. So we aren't going that high. Only going to 7. And it fits just right. That's what I like to see. Normal text. PCP, we want to hit the bonus. We want to hit... Go with styles. And then boons and banes. There we go. Okay, max soul. Where are we going to really have soul? Not really. So we don't really need that. We're going to have some basic skills. We're going to have some basic assets, but assets aren't going to be that big of a deal. We're going to have our style points. We're going to have boons and banes. All right. So we check our notes right here. This is going to be a big deal. Actually, what we can do is styles into control points. Oh, we can do something like this. Styles and control. No, I don't know how to do that. Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to that. So luckily, most things are already done here. I don't want to worry about that too hard. SCPs, SCPs. Would you represent the Seekers and they physical and mental features as they've entered? Yeah, okay, we need to change this to make it actually sound right. Okay, attributes represent the Seekers. Broken world. And its strange mysteries. Choose form. Seekers checks. Nope. A majority of the actions they will take. There are 8 core attributes. Actually, what attributes do we have? What attributes are we working with? So, core attributes. Let's take a look at you. Beauty, you're probably going to go the way of the dodo. We don't need you. Yeah, you're kind of the odd duck out here. And that also brings us to our compound attributes. So our compound attributes, we based mostly off this. We don't need this because the beauty bonus isn't the thing. We don't need horny, obviously, because we don't need that. Mobility works, stamina. Okay, we can put in something like control points. Actually, I know what we can put in. Muscle mass. MUM. Actually, we can probably do MMA. And CTP. Control points. Strength. Health. HLT plus STR. Troll points. If I was a betting man, what would I think? If I was a betting man, what would I think? SUL or SOL? Soul. Ethereal connection to the world. Understanding divine words. Magical effects. And using resisting effects, resisting corruption, and using artifacts. When you enter the dungeon, obviously, which does bring me to control points. Actually, no, what? I'm going to drop that. We're going to add in a compound attribute, which we're going to call your aura, your ARA. We're going to steal a little bit here. We're going to steal this from another franchise, actually. And that's going to be the SUL plus willpower. Actually, what we can do is SUL plus will divided by 2 times 2. Wander's aura. Actually, not Wanders. The Seekers. Soul aura. Which can be visible to others and acts as a quote shield against magical attacks. Use defense against magical assault, mind reading, or other soul-based attacks. So your soul is kind of your natural way. Your aura is kind of your unnatural way. You have aura because you are a seeker. Charisma, wonder, skill, mobility, muscle mass, the raw size. Raw size and power. The larger they are, the more difficult it is to control them. Which brings me to control. Actually, do we keep it as stamina? If we keep it at stamina, we can do, actually... ability to control combat and wrestling situations. allowing them to manipulate their enemy. Defense, natural defense against grappling and other. Actually, defense against grappling, demonstration of strength, and looks. Because the more muscular you are, the better you look. As is real life. Wanderers, we're going to place that with the Seekers. Place all. Wanderers, place it with Seekers. Seeing attention to detail, Seeker's physical, mind, and muscular nature. Do you have any of you have anything that is not a long road thing? Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to show you all some gamer tips here on how to format things easier. And that gamer tip is wing it. Lero, okay, why are you... Understanding divine words and actually let's do magical understanding, divine wording, and ethereal, and our perception. There we go. And you're not quite right. Good, there we go. bum, bum. Hmm. Oh, goodness gracious me, I'm focusing. Welcome to just focusing really hard on things, just like, I gotta get this just right. Actually, wait a second, I know I gotta do this just right. God damn it. God damn it, Notepad. Because I gotta put this right here. So if I put this, I said if I put copy, paste. Why is she pasting? Oh god, it pasted all of them. Oh lord, oh my. Attribute cost 10, then that means when you can have 10 attributes, dump 31 into there. Okay, we're good. Skills can be ported over almost just one for one, because skills work. Chosen, the actual call is the seeker will calculate their compound attributes. The compound attributes, pretty simple. So let's just do a very basic one so far. Let's say we have the 5 in our attributes right now. So we're going to have 31 points distributed among all our attributes. So let's see. So we're going to say agi, health, int, perception, soul, strength, willpower, and wit. That may seem like a lot, however, not really. Because everything starts at 1. You will always have 1 in everything. So let's make you... We'll make you pretty strong. We'll make you pretty average there. Pretty average there, pretty average there. So your health is only... Since your health is that, it's going to cost you 3. 3. 3, and then we're going to bump your strength up pretty high. You're going to have 6 in strength. That means it's going to cost 6. So currently we are at 9. We're at 15 points. Our soul, we're going to have pretty low soul. We only have 3. Our perception, we're going to make that a 5. Our intelligence, how smart are we? We're going to be kind of stupid. That's okay. And agility, we'll put you up to 5 even. So currently we have 7, 9, 13, 15, 21, 24, 27 out of our 31. So we have 4 more points to spend how we wish. Let's bump our health up to 6 instead. So we're going to change that. So we got 30. And we'll change our willpower up by 1 step as well. So yeah, so we spent our 31 points. which is quite a lot. Like, and then we're going to calculate our combined attributes. So our adroit, aura, charisma, mobility, muscle mass, and stamina. So our adroitness. Oh god, Lenovo, I did not want to open you up. Go away. Begone, Lenovo. Okay, so our adroitness does agi plus wit. So agi is 5, 9 divided by 2. And it's, I believe, rounded down. Actually, rounded up. So our aura, soul times will. Soul plus will is 8. So we have 16 aura. Which is pretty good. Charisma is will plus perception. Will plus perception. 10 plus wit. 4. So that's 14 divided by 2. We're going to have 7 charisma. Our ability is our strength, which is 6. Our agility, which is 5. So we have 11 plus our health, which is 17 divided by 2, which is going to be 9, I believe, because we round up. Do we round up or down? Yeah, let's see, we're always round down. So this instead would be 8. So we hit mobility, our muscle math, HLT plus strength, which is 12. And finally, our stamina, which is our will, plus is 5. And our health, which is 6. So 11 divided by 2, which is going to be 5. We're doing pretty good. I'm not making a character. This is just a sample to make sure that this system works. Because this system is from a game called Song of Swords. I like Song of Swords, and I like the ideas behind it. However, it is a very thick game, very autistic game. And that's just something we got to use. Luckily, I can use a lot of things kind of one for one from dying. Just due to its nature. Let's see, can I actually do some tricky business here? Yeah, I think I can do some tricky business. Let's get rid of you. Let's make you the normal text. Make you the text we need. Oh god, I clicked a button wrong. So what we need to do now is we need to select every single skill we have here. And we're going to drag it in here. The skills are pretty simple in Song of Swords because it doesn't actually matter that much. Because due to the nature of how skills operate, you are not playing Song of Swords for the fucking skill system. You're playing Song of Swords that stab some people to death. And anyone who tells you differently is a liar and a charlatan who should not be trusted. So let's take Wanderer. Seeker, replace all. The Seeker's ability to use their body form feats strength. Actually, we don't need athletics. We don't need fighting, because everyone's going to be skilled in fighting. Mechanics, medicine, music, mysticism, navigation, oration, performance, profession, roguery. Actually, what I can put in is we can do put in command, which is going to be mostly based around, if I were to do command, it would be charisma mostly. Willpower / charisma. Willpower / charisma. Actually, it'd be charisma. Liturgy? God, what am I looking for here? I would be, it would be teaching, which would be charisma / intelligence. And then the seekers. See, so actually, let me do a quick check. We want to do exalted skills. Let's see, melee, throne, war, eclipse, bureaucracy. Okay, actually what we need is bureaucracy, obviously. Linguistics. Ride. We already have all of those. Craft, investigation. Do I have investigation? I do have investigation. Lore would be a good one. Actually, I do have lore. I know I have lore. I don't have lore. Why don't I have lore? Yeah, fuck. That's going on there. Bureaucracy. This seekers governance. And the inner workings of the system. And if I were a... If I was a bureaucrat, what would I want? I need charisma. Charisma and intelligence, mostly. Actually, charisma, intelligence, wit, will, and wit. Kind of a universal skill, kind of. Exactly. Wink. Okay, linguistics. What would we need? It would be slash int slash wit. That would be it. The seekers. Seekers' natural ability to learn and understand other languages. Ride. What would ride need? I want to ride something. Agility, health, strength. Yeah, actually, agility. Agility, health, strength. Har har har. The Seekers' skill at taming, riding. Actually, taming, mounting, and riding dangerous beasts. Beasts for travel or pleasure. Lore. It would be soul wit. It's actually be intelligence, soul wit. Intelligence, soul wit. The Seekers. So we'll do to lore. I'll put that lore X. Understanding of certain strange topics and mysticism. Yeah, lore would be like understanding what the fuck the underworld is, or what the dungeon is. I'm gonna turn on my light because it's pitch black in my room now. Oh. Yep, there we go. Okay, survival. If I were a survivalist man, I would probably want health, perception, willpower. HLT, PER, WIL. The Seekers survive off the land. How to understand how to thrive. Let's investigation, intimidation, domestic crafting. Let's see. We start at 4. We go all the way down to 24. So we need to go to, it would be 10 up. Actually, we need one more. Okay, if we need one more skill, what would we need? Hmm. Oh, I know we can add in. Wait, did I not? What the fuck? Where are you? Oh, there we go. We will add in, it would be, how would I word this? Okay, you know, we'll go with weaponry. Not combat, just weaponry. And that would be agi. We'll go with agility, strength. Yeah, it'd be agi. Actually, ADR, AGI, AGI, STR. With conventional weapons. There we go. Again, we don't really want people using weapons. That's not the point. We don't want people to bring out a sword. Yeah, we need to make you one. Can we put this all on one page? Ooh, that's... No, we cannot. Perhaps that's why I didn't do it before. Do 0.8. See, I can do something real, do a real gamer move right now. I want to get this all looking nice. Because what I have to do now is I have to select all of this. And then I have to turn it all into mantra. Terasat, which is going to blow everything up. So we're at 12 right now. What does 8 look like? Yeah, 8 gives us a lot of room. I usually don't like changing up the fonts too much, font size wise, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Even now, even then, this is still not perfect. God, there's like 2 more. Let's cut what we can to try to get it. You know, we just need a little bit more. Natural ability of skullduggery. Linguistics, natural ability to learn and understand other language. To learn other ability to, we'll just do understand. That maybe it'll give us a little bit more room. Seeker's charm. Oh, we're so fucking close. So just cleaning. Firm knowledge is supernatural. the supernatural. A skill at governance and its processes. What if, can we put this on the next, just flat on the next page? Yes, we can put it just flat on the next page. Do we do this? Yeah, let's fucking do it. And let's... I want these to be a part of the character, but not a fundamental, like, you have to optimize your fucking skill choices. That's not the point. So, the Seeker... Seeker rarely begins their quest without prior experiences of the world's trials and problems. These skills represent who they are and what caste they originally came from. Originally came from. Having an intimate knowledge. Because again, we have to worry about the Indian caste system. So well, let's do it. Let's slap a big image right there. Have this right here. Okay. Next, we have to deal with assets. Did we put assets in this game? I forgot already. Yes, we did. Now, this is where things get a little bit complicated, and I don't really have to follow this, but assets. When a seeker begins their path to enlightenment, they will abandon most of their possessions and surrender their old lives to the whims of fate. What few items they bring with them are close and personal effects. Actually, are personal effects that represent who they are and how they hold themselves. An asset can be actually, yeah, we'll call it an asset. That's all we need. I might need to change the name of this. Actually, what I'll do is call it name pending ? Oh gosh, I hit the wrong button. Oh no. There you go. Okay, and asset can be not more refined on the initial steps. Journey. Mortal assets mortal assets are tools that grant a +1 success to any check related to it. Actually, or simply allowing the seeker to perform actions they normally wouldn't. Let me see. So, normally wouldn't. An asset can be sacrificed at any time. Actually, what I could say is, let's just do some basic assets. So what we would need is we'll do small collection. Carefully positioned to signify prayer. Actually, no, we'll need to do it based on the cast, so we can actually do Father's Blade, Dorn. Has been bloodied hundreds of times. Course of its life, rarely drawn from its scabbard. Rarely drawn from its scabbard now. How fast am I intending this to play? I don't know yet. I'm gonna be honest, completely honest with you there, Tequila. I have no idea. I'm basing it off of Dying of Dryads. And Dying of Dryads wasn't exactly what I would call a fast game, but the entire idea behind it was supposed to be more of a narrative experience. The idea of this is to be a little bit more gamey, and I want things to be a little bit more gamey with it. But one of the core ideas what I want to go with this is, I don't know where this. You're not really expected to have this as like a campaign, if that makes sense. Like a strict like, here's a big epic quest, do that. No, it's more like the Seekers are in a place now. What do you do in this situation? Okay, at the end of the episode, the Seekers go away and they go to a completely different place. So like things don't carry over as much. So I want the characters to be the central focus. So that's why I'm putting like a lot of effort behind making the characters look good, because that's going to be like the main part there. Strictly play wise, I want it to be played fairly quickly, except when you hit the fights. When you hit the fights, it's the idea is you're not really supposed to use weapons. You're attempting to reach enlightenment, and one of the core ideas that's like much farther down is if you kill someone, you're going to gain 25 karma. Or I might even change that, but like you're going to take a shit ton of karma if you kill someone with a weapon. because you removed them. You've pretty much forced them to go back into the cycle of reincarnation. For context, you kill 5 people in a row with a sword, or even just basically, you'll become a devil. Because again, you've kind of given up your own, idea behind being, a good person. So I don't want you to like. I want the idea of you drawing a sword to be a big fucking deal. Like, that is like, shit has got down right now. Like, this asset part is supposed to be a little bit more narrative, is the idea. It's, hey, I'm on this quest, but I have my father's blade. It's strung to my back. I never use it. I have not drawn it from its scabbard in forever, and I don't intend to, but I have it on me because that's who I am. Now, that's just something I have to deal with. Let me see. I'm trying to think of other ones. I just don't want to use the ones like in Dying of Dryads. That's the big thing. Uh, what else do we want to do? Yeah, pretty much. You use your manly hand for manly moves, manly grapple people like Chad. Yeah, it's there is I want the idea of there is an enemy who's going to try to stab you with his knife. I want you to be able to grab his arm and yeet him over your head. And just like, no, you cannot, like, I am stronger than you. I don't have to kill you. It's not my place to kill you. I'm here to stop you and make you stop whatever the hell you're doing. But I also want that idea where, like, we're going to kill this person to be kind of a big deal for you. And hence why, again, karma is bad, but karma is also the only way you level up. So you have to kind of do these bad things and learn from it. So, hey, you kill 2 people, you learned. I mean, like, I didn't need to do this, but I did this because I had to. So, actually, a hermit staff. Uh, how are we going to do, like, grappling mega beasts? Don't know yet. We'll worry about that later. Tied together with old twines. And sturdy wood. Staff has seen, but it's seen many roads. We'll see many more. And what would be another piece of what would be a only understood by the seeker. This old abacus. This old abacus tells wrong number every time, but still holds sentimental value. Each of these assets tie the seeker to the mortal world. Tie the seeker to the mortal world. If at actually during a meditation, a seeker may willingly sacrifice one of their personal assets to game plus, we'll call it a flat plus 25. Actually, it would be how much would you Sacrifice one of their personal assets to gain, and we'll put this in big caps, an amount of good boy points. Once gone, it will never be recovered. Simply another part. Simply becoming dust in the wind. Actually, the Seeker will encounter other important assets through their journey. As artifacts. Artifacts are powerful tools of the gods and the mythical beasts and inhabit the world of fuck me, what do I keep calling this goddamn thing? Ashoka, that's it. And mythical beasts inhabit the world of Ashoka. Now, I don't know about good boy points yet. Like, I wanted the idea of being like you're gaining karma to spend on the XP. The idea of like I'm giving up a part of what ties me to this world in exchange for something so I can learn. I don't know how I want to do that yet, but it sounds thematic. It's the idea of you're meditating there after something, you're looking at it and being like, you know what? I don't need my father's sword anymore. The man who would use this is dead. He's gone. My father is gone. His son is gone. I have to be my own man now. I have to walk away from my past and become someone new. So you kind of like sticking the sword on the ground and being like, bye, and leaving. The sword's gone. You've given up your sword, and it's not like an impactful weapon. It's not a special sword. It doesn't shoot magic or anything. But it's your sword. It's your father's blade, and now it's gone. But you learned from it. You've given up a part of what ties you to this world in exchange for something else. However, the idea is that you are giving up a free success to something. If you draw your father's sword, you're going to get a +1 success anytime you attack someone with it, because it's your father's blade. So this is purely thematic. To pull it off right, you would need a good fucking GM. I can tell you that right fucking now. To pull this up right, you would need a good. Actually, you do give me an idea. To gain an amount of good boy points, or sacrifice one to gain an amount of good boy points, or prevent the Seeker from becoming a devil. Setting their karma down to 108. So, okay. That was actually a very good idea. All right, there, Queelan. Pretty much the idea is I hit 110 karma. I want to become a devil. I can sacrifice one of my personal assets to instead just reduce myself down to that last little bit. I'm no longer that, but I'm having to give something up. I want to continue my quest. I don't want to become bound here. Artifacts are powerful tools of gods, mythical beasts, and inhabit the world of Ashoka. As the Seekers gather these artifacts, able to perform wondrous feats of power, wondrous feats, but Also have to wrestle with that power, reducing their total amount of karma by 20 for each artifact they possessed. Or pretty much the idea would be like, if I have 108 karma as my total, having an artifact takes up 20 of that immediately. Like, I have 20 already spent karma, you could say. I can't spend it on anything because I'm using it to use that artifact. I don't know how I want to word that personally, but that's kind of the idea. Let me see. A Seeker may have an artifact or two of their initial assets. And then we're going to have the jewel-eyed scope, a mystic telescope that can spot any object or individual that the seeker wishes to find. Cloak of Whispers. The cloak that, once donned, hides the user away from prying eyes. Pretty much turns you invisible, and Keeper's Mask. A leather mask, a finely crafted leather mask. If worn in the dungeon, the guests will be able. The guest will be afraid of the seeker. Well, isn't that kind of what gacha is at the end of the day? It's kind of the idea of, here we are playing people, and we're doing things that are, kind of odd and kind of weird at the end of the day. Let's be honest. Yeah, like, fuck you. Like, all of that, it kind of has this surreal feeling to it, doesn't it? Yeah, like when you watch a Gachi episode or whatever, and it's very surreal how everybody is kind of talking, the way everything kind of looks. How you have, Van Home kind of look around, fuck you. And Anakin immediately ripping off his shirt, being like, haha, Leather Club's 2 blocks down. What I would say is, to run this game well, and I do mean like running it incredibly well, you would need someone to understand that this is running entirely like a fucking gay porn. It is Buddhist gay porn. Like, and everything should have that really bizarre, kind of surreal nature to it. I might put that actually as a side note, like at the end, being like, make it surreal and weird. Like, yeah, you are gonna walk into like, yeah, I have to fight the Bandit King. Are you wearing your Battle Man Kini with your, the fucking leather mask on, and are you going to jump on this man and like try to wrestle him into submission? Yeah, you are going to do that. But it's also like, you gotta abandon the true self, man, as you're like railing on this poor fucking, Bandit King. You shit like that. It's very much make it weird and make it surreal. And make it entirely fucking stupid. Like, you can kind of see how it plays out. This idea of like, man, how dramatic everything is. Like, my father's blade is the abandonment of my own self. But again, It's it's fucking yeah, it's Billy Harrington telling you about how he has to abandon the self to become one with God. It's like that's the idea, just like the oh, this is really bizarre and really strange of how everything is. You know, how we're kind of embracing kind of this strange, you know, surrealness. You know, it's fucking Ricardo. It's Ricardo Milos like trying to pose on someone to assert dominance. That's the idea behind it. Get weird, get funky, and make everybody look like a fucking gotchi character. Hell, muscle math is a fucking statistic in this game. Oh god, everything's falling. Manly shmup, yeah. I'm gonna be started on shmups. The thing is, like, I already know I'm gonna have to do the Toho game. That's just going to be a thing that I know I have to do in my life. And I'm going to have to watch so many fucking shmups, you have no idea. I'm not ready for the shmups, by the way. I'm not ready for Toho. I'm not ready for Notepad's Toho adventure. Actually, let me see. Like, one thing to also remember, too, when I talk about, like, the mask of the Keeper, I mean this. This is what deep, dark fantasies, yeah. That's why I call it the dungeon, too. Yep, shoot 'em ups. Technically, when people talk about shmups, they're usually referring to, like, bullet hell games these days. Let me see. Kind of like when people refer to Don Maku being like, I know what you're talking about, but yeah. Oh god. Wondrous feats. Secret. We got another notice artifacts. Actually, what we can do is something like this. See, I don't even know how I would do that. Like, emulate a full shmup, because they usually act so fast and so aggressive. Like, pulling something like that off, god, that would be almost impossible. Let me see. Styles are their foes on their path to enlightenment. Each style represents different aspects of the seeker's persona and overall feelings towards his quest. Each style has its own benefits and drawbacks. I'm not doing styles today. Fuck that. Like, that is That is not going to be fun, and because I have a strange feeling I'm going to have to gut this entire section and do something else. Each style has its own benefits and drawbacks, and can be drawbacks. Each style has its own benefits and drawbacks, but each style can also be taken 3 times, intensifying those bonuses problems with each increment. That's Seeker creation. At Seeker creation, only 2 styles may be chosen, but each Seeker understands will probably put in its own style. What I can probably do is I'll probably call it like Arjun's. Understand the Arjun's understand the Arjun's wandering style. But each Seeker understands Arjun's wandering style. Yeah, funny colors make my like this is one of the ideas probably like the Toho game that I'm having to work that I have the idea in my head of how to do it, and pretty much what like the big thing is here actually is like you have this idea. Make that big and red. We want to make you. Nope, didn't want to do that. Nope, don't want to do that. I want to click the right button this time, Notepad. Please do it. So, like, the difficult thing with, like, a shmup to do, or even, like, a Toho game in general, what I'm having to worry about is if I'm here, I'm having to do attacks that, might cover, like, this entire area. So how do you do shit like that in a satisfying way? And pretty much what I'm having to like possibly think about is like each action you shoot out a bullet, and like this might be a single action, except it travels like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, and the entire idea is you're more trying to like corner people in, corner people in with your own abilities that allow you to do things. Like that comes the part like hardest part. And if you were to design a shmup, if you were to put a gun to my head and be like design a shmup RPG, it would be using a similar system of just you're not. Yeah, it's the fucking patterns, and that'll be like the big idea of the Danmaku. It'll be everyone will get their certain amount of attacks that they are allowed to do, and it's mostly okay. I'm gonna do a laser forward. They're gonna do this, and everyone's kind of putting down their quote spell cards, which I'll encourage people to actually like make cards just to put it down, and then drawing everything out. Like the initial map every round is going to look like a fucking clusterfuck, but it's going to be on purpose. It's like, yeah, we have to make it look this way because there are literally thousands of bullets flying around. So, like, if you were to make a shmup game, a full-on shmup game, using that similar format, it would have to look almost like that, of you just firing everywhere. There'd be bullets everywhere. It would be insane. Though, if you were to put if a second person were to put a gun to my head as well, I would do a roll and keep game, honestly. Roll, roll assigned dice. That's how I would do it. But I don't get to have nice things, I've learned. So I have to do dun. I'm engaging in Danmaku. Here, give me 1 second. I'll show you what true art looks like. Um, let me see if I can. Let me. If I can. What is this word? Guis. Okay, yeah. We'll do the Zune drawing guide of how to learn how to draw like our Toho man. So okay. So we have to draw our fat face. We got to give her a hat. Give her a stupid hat. We'll make it big fucking eyes, obviously. You gotta give her a big old dress, obviously. There we go. And frills. More frills. There's not nearly enough frills in this Toho character. If you haven't realized yet, I'm incredibly tired already. And there we go. Perfect. There's my Toho character. There's my Toho OC. I'll take 5. I'll take my money now. Alright. Yeah, I have the ideas. The ideas are up here. If they work, no fucking clue. That's the problem I'm working in right now. Because I've seen it attempted once, and that attempt was not great. But see to understand Arjun's wandering style. In addition, the Seekers styles. The bonus, granting them bonuses when they target certain regions or engage in combat differently. Now, this is going to have to change. I know it does, because proficiencies in Song of Swords are like, I know how to use a sword really well. It isn't, and when I had to transfer it over to Dying of Dryads, I'm like, okay, it's, where I'm sticking my penis. Like, don't, yeah. It comes to the point, do you want to draw emulation or spirit? Yeah, that is always the toss-up with those kind of games every single time. If you want to play a Toho game, play Golden Sky Stories and just play everything completely unironic. We're not going to worry about this. And we're not going to worry about proficiencies, really. Now, here's the thing that you got to remember. We're on page 22 of this game of Dying of Dryads. And that's really it. Like, there isn't actually that much to this. It's just a lot of front-loaded things. And you have to front-load everything, because if you don't front-load it, it's going to explode. And we will probably add in a bunch of boons and banes. Yeah. So, every unique soul, one with a complicated past and an undecided future. As well as a combination of interesting characteristics that can aid or hinder their journey across Ashoka's world. When creating a seeker, reach a certain amount of boons and banes to fill out their life story. And Yeah, starting points. That's Fury. And only benefit from 5 points worth of boons. Okay. Yeah, right now, like stuff like this, I'm not entirely sure that I'm gonna even be fully keeping. Just because of how complicated this game is. So I ain't touching any of these. I am not touching any of these because I really don't know if this is going to even maintain it. Are you okay? Okay, yeah, okay, everything's fine. Wait, are you? Why are you playing at that high quality? Stop that. Okay, so we've got boons and banes. So we've got what the characters look like. Okay, yeah, we'll keep with this. I think I'm gonna call it here for today, but let me see what we need to. So what do we need to do? We still need to worry about combat. We need to worry about the boons and banes if we even decide to do that. We need to, which actually combat's gonna be the complicated part, isn't it? See, I could go with the JRPG style and make it kind of like a build up to combat, but I don't know if I want to do that even. Go away, Toho OC. No one loves you. Because like this are, yeah, I don't know about that. So overall, we need to determine with combat. It's gonna be a big thing. We're gonna have to do with wrestling, strikes, and lethal attacks. We'll probably be to do a little bit more. We're gonna need, what else are we gonna fucking need? A drink is what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need a fucking drink at the end of this. All right. I think we're gonna call it there for today. I'll worry about things as it comes along. I will stream tomorrow. We'll keep to our regular scheduled programs. So that's the thing. So what's on the docket though? I should bring that up. So on Saturday we're going to be doing 2 streams actually on this Saturday. We're going to be doing we'll try to aim for the afternoon, like at 12 EST. Pretty early, like pretty damn early, relatively speaking, about doing the Curious Case of Franchise Games number 2. We're gonna be looking at a few systems there. I don't know. And then later that night, we're gonna be doing a Weekend Warrior stream about the July Jam for Game Design General. So hopefully that goes well. And that should be good. I don't know how long this game's gonna take. I really have no idea how long it's going to be, or if it even is going to turn out right. I don't know. All this might be for naught at the end of the day. I don't know. So my name is Notepad Anon. Hope you all had a wonderful rest of your... hope you had a good time. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me on the Discord. Oh, goodness gracious me. Godspeed, good luck, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. I am away. Goodbye.